Today, we're going to take a long overdue look at the Apple Airpods for running. I've been reviewing a variety of different earbuds on this channel to see whether or not they're any good for running, and now it's finally time for me to put the AirPods through its paces and to see whether I can use it as part of my regular daily routine. Now, I got these just a little while ago in 2019, and these are the AirPods, the original versions. They are not the version 2. I've been waiting for the version 2 for a really long time, and I decided ultimately I'm just going to stop waiting for it. Some of the features that it's supposed to have, like the wireless charging, the hands-free Siri, I just don't care about those. I have an Apple Watch, and so I already have hands-free Siri available to me via that, so I don't really need to worry about it. And then there were some other features that were kind of mentioned, like that the new AirPod 2s might have heart rate sensors that would be more accurate than a wrist because it's taking it from your ear, but I don't really see that coming in the next update, or if that's coming, that's probably why it's been so delayed. And if that does come out, even if it comes out next week, I'll probably pick up a second pair, because the main reason I wanted to do the AirPods review, even though it's 2019 now and these have been out for a really long time and tons of other runners have already reviewed these, is because I need to establish a baseline. So I've been reviewing tons of different earbuds, true wireless, corded Bluetooth, pretty much any kind that you can think of, in the ear, ear loops, everything. And all the discussions at some point will end up talking about, well, you should probably just get the Apple AirPods. I do have an iPhone 7, I do have a MacBook, I have an Apple Watch, so I'm pretty ingrained into the Apple ecosystem, and so it only made sense for me to finally give them a try. I took them for a quick run today. I'm still recovering a little bit from a cold. I don't know if you can hear that. So I didn't get to go outside, but I did have about 45 minutes on the treadmill, which was a pretty good sweat test for me. I'm a pretty sweaty guy, and that's my biggest concern with earbuds that are like this, that don't have the ear loop, that as I start running and sweating, that they're going to fall out. And so for 45 minutes on the treadmill, for me, they were fine. Whether that stays true, like in the dead heat of summer and I'm on a 20-mile run, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait for the dead heat of summer. But right now we're in the middle of winter, and so far that they've held in really well. They are super light, and I could do the shake test, and they stay in even when I was running. They stayed in really nice, and I had no problems there. They were a real pleasure to be able to run with. Some of the lightest feeling earbuds, I don't know if that they're the lightest, but they're weighted in such a way where they just feel effortless when you're running in them. So that was really, really good and very promising. I also did some commuting and just daily life stuff with them, and that was really great as well. And the other thing that I really noticed about these is that they're not as loud as other earbuds that I've worked with. So some of the other ones that I've been getting on Amazon, they're extremely loud. So if you're someone that's always cranking up the volume and you're looking at AirPods, keep that in mind. They're not as loud as other AirPods, but I'm not usually in that category. For other earbuds that I'm working with, I usually have them at like 50% or less, usually in like a 25% category. For these, I had to have them more towards the middle of the range of that volume spectrum for most of the time, and I had to get closer towards the top as things got a little bit louder and as I was running around. And so that's something to keep in mind. I never had a problem with it where I couldn't get them loud enough, and I commute on bus, train, I was on the treadmill, and lots of different ambient noises to deal with. So that's a little issue. On the plus side, the sound on these is just absolutely beautiful. I'm not much of an audiophile. I usually just want to be able to identify what the song is, and if anything, if I could have it extra bassy, that would be great. This has a really good bass response for something that's this size, so I was really impressed by that. But I was also really impressed with the fullness of the sound, and so I just felt like there was more like resolution there, if that makes any sense. And the beauty of it is there was also really great sound at very low volume levels, which is really nice. So for other earbuds, like the drop off, it's like the volume goes down, 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 and then there's nothing. And there's a big gap in between where I wish I could listen to it at some of these levels. But those other earbuds don't get there because they only go from like a 5 to a 0. For the Apple Airpods, I felt like there was a really nice spectrum of audio all the way through from the top end to the low end in terms of volume strength. And so that was really nice as well, because a lot of times I'll put my earbuds in the morning, and then maybe I want to start the music as I'm gathering all my things to get ready to go outside. But with some of the earbuds, it's too loud, and then I can't hear if any of the kids need me or if there's something going on. And so I end up just not listening to music a lot of times in the morning as I'm getting ready, because that audio drop off from like the first click up and 0 is just a big jump in a lot of earbuds, if that makes sense. The other great thing about these is that it sends out a pretty good social signal that you're wearing earbuds. So I have been liking true wireless earbuds for a long time, the kind that don't have any cords or cables, or if I do, they go behind the neck. And so a lot of times people can't see that I'm wearing earbuds, and they'll try to talk to me, and I just can't hear them. And so a lot of times I'll inadvertently ignore people. I think that's what's going on. I kind of have, I think, a reputation around my building as being the grumpy guy that doesn't talk to anyone unless my kids and dog are around. And so I'm trying to shed that a little bit. And these are a pretty good social indicator that I'm wearing earbuds and that I can talk to you if I just take the earbud out, but right now I'm listening to something. And so I think that's kind of an important thing in terms of everyday use. And in this neighborhood, Chicago, Lakeview, which is next to Lincoln Park, a lot of people have these, so a lot of people kind of understand what's going on when you're wearing these. And the last kind of category that I'm looking at in terms of the running earbuds is, I don't want to be able to just have it for the run. I wanted to see how it works. I'd rather only like to just carry one pair of earbuds around. I don't want to be a 2 headphone kind of guy. So that means I also have to be able to use it with my Mac if I can. Now, in the past, I haven't even tried doing this because it's so difficult to like pair and unpair a pair of earbuds to your phone, especially the true wireless kind when they have to pair to each other. To a phone and then to a computer. You usually have to forget it on your phone, then rediscover it on your laptop, and then when you want to go back, you have to unpair it from the laptop and then discover it on the phone. Now, overall, I will say that the process is a very smooth in terms of being able to do that between my phone and my MacBook and then back to my phone again. But it wasn't quite as smooth as I was hoping it would. So when I first got the earbuds, to connect them to the phone, all I did was open up the AirPods container, and I put it next to my phone, and then I had a little pop-up showing me that this was AirPods and I can connect to them if I wanted to. And I thought that was great, and I thought that was beautiful. I was hoping for a similar thing happening once I just opened my MacBook and then opened the AirPods case there, but that wasn't the case. I had to add them like a Bluetooth device. Maybe I did something wrong, but I didn't get the kind of same pop-up on the MacBook that I did there. And I was really expecting that because, for example, there's other integration of that kind that works really seamlessly in the Apple ecosystem. For example, when I sit down at my MacBook, if I have my Apple Watch on me, it automatically unlocks my MacBook for me, and I get a little buzz on my watch letting me know that it's been used to unlock a device. And that is just great. It's remarkably convenient, and I just love having it, to the extent that where I'm really annoyed when I have to charge this thing, because that means I'll have to actually type in a password when I sit down to my Mac. And so I was hoping for something really similar in terms of handoff in that regard, but it wasn't quite there. I had to pick it from the Bluetooth list to connect to it, and then when I got to my phone, I had to pick the AirPods again from my phone. The other thing that I think is annoying is controlling these things, and that was a little bit more difficult. The default is to double tap on them and you get Siri control either on the left or the right. Now, you can configure the buttons a little bit, but you can't configure them how I would want to. I would want them to be volume up and volume down, or volume down and volume up. You can't do that. And so controlling volume from these is, I don't think, possible. And so you have to ask Siri to control the volume for you. I think that's super annoying. I did set mine so that a double tap is pause, and then a double tap over here is advance a track, because I listen to Spotify or Pandora or music streaming services. I can't go backwards on tracks anyway. I can only go forward, but at least it let me skip a track as I'm listening to playlists and things like that. Overall, these are my favorite, absolutely my favorite earbuds that I've ever worked with. They are the most expensive earbuds that I've ever worked with, but I'm looking forward to wearing them and testing them out a little bit further. And now I have a comparison point as I start to compare going forward some other brands and their true wireless offerings. So now I have like a common starting off point, both on terms of like the things that you can find on Amazon, the AirPods, and then those will be like two main like anchor points for a lot of discussions going forward. So I think this was a really important review, even though it is extremely late. But that's about it. That's all I have in terms of my initial first thoughts and early review of the Apple AirPods version 1. Before I go today, I want to talk about today's charity runner for the day. What we do on this channel is every day I try to spotlight a different charity runner and talk to you guys about who they are, what race that they're preparing for, and what charity they're raising funds for as part of running and training for that race, and give them $10 to a different charity runner every day. If you are a charity runner or if you know a charity runner, send their information my way. I'd love to spotlight them on the channel and give them $10 as well. Today's charity runner for the day is Nick Ledwald. He's going to be running the Barcelona Marathon in just a couple of months, and he's going to be doing that to support the Acorns Children's Hospice Trust in Cheltenham. Hopefully I've said all of those words correctly. And a hospice is a place that provides end-of-life services and comfort services for patients. And for children's hospice, obviously that's for children who are at end of life, unfortunately. That is a very worthy cause to be raising money for. I've donated $10, and I'll post a link in the description in case you'd like to learn more. That's all I have for today, everybody. Still trying to get over this cold. Sorry about that. I'm getting better slowly. I'm going to take it easy over the next few days getting back into it, but hopefully I'll be able to keep up with some of the videos, and so that way I keep talking to you guys. I've missed being in front of the camera and talking to you guys in the comments, so it's good to be back. Hopefully the things will continue to improve. Thanks so much for watching today's video, making it all the way to the end, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yo, what's going on?